Hey guys, I don't know if you guys ever seen, the movie Karate Kid. I think it's part 2 where they go to Okinawa and he learns that technique where he just keeps slapping the other guy in the face like this. Freaking awesome. I actually don't remember if he slapped him in the face or what. But anyways, the crowd was going nuts, going, as if it was giving Daniel-san the courage to go on and the power to defeat his enemy. And that's what we're going to be making today. What we're going to be using: wooden dowel, some 1/4 inch strip, roughly 1/4 inch strips of wood, a dog bone, that's right, a dog bone, wood glue, wood beads, some type of string, kite string, whatever, doesn't really matter. And that is going to turn into this. Very cool, right? Alright, let's get to it. Alright, what I got here is a red bowl. It's basically, it fits the dog bone, so that's all you really need. But preferably, you want a red bowl with snowflakes that you got 2 years ago because your mother gave it to you. You were supposed to return it. She was nice enough to put leftovers in it for you to take home for food, and you were supposed to be a good boy and bring it back, but you didn't. Thanks, Mom. Alright. Wow, that was a big story. The reason why I chose a dog bone, and I gotta tell you, I've never done this before. We used to have a dog named Bandit. Man, she was a good girl. But what she would do is she would take these bones and put them in a toilet, and they would like turn into these sheets of rawhide in the water. So I was like, and that's how this happened. Put it in a bowl and then let the magic happen. I don't really know how long Bandit left these in the toilet bowl. I asked her once and she said, "Roo! Roo!" So I don't speak dog. We're gonna let that sit, and whenever it's nice and dissolved, we'll get back to it. Alright, so I have soaked this dog bone for about 3 days. It's kind of stretchy. Now we'll see how it works. You can use any kind of hide. If you harvested a deer, a rabbit, squirrel, whatever kind of skin, you can actually use it. But I thought I'd really try something that's accessible to everyone, and anyone can get a dog bone. So you're also going to need to make your drum, and the way I did that was I cut about 8 slits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slits at a diagonal. I'll show you how to do that. Now that you've cut all 8 slits into a diagonal, I put them on some tape. I just happen to have this blue tape, painter's tape, but you can use whatever tape, duct tape, anything you want, and you put them next to each other. Take some glue. This is Gorilla wood glue. Any wood glue would work. I even made them with super glue. They don't hold as good though in the long run. And just put this in between each piece of wood. And then you bring them across, connect them, and let them dry. Okay, and then you get a shape pretty much like that. What I like to do to ensure a really good solid glue up is just put some inside, use my fingers and smear it. And as long as you wash your hands right after, that'll be just fine. Alright, so I let the wooden portion of the drum dry, and now on to putting the handle in. This is 3/8, so I'm going to use a 3/8 inch bit. Put the handle in. A nice tight fit, and then we're going to put some hot glue around that. This is 1/16. I'm just going to use this one to drill a hole to let my string through. You have a string on both sides. So put a piece through, tie a bunch of knots at the end, just overlapping each other so that it can't slip back through. Alright, tug on it, that should be good. But just for good measures, we'll dab it also with some hot glue. Cut a good length of it. Do the same thing to the other side. Alright, so I cut out 2 pieces of the rawhide, and I drew with a marker a template on there. I'm going to do that to both sides. I'm only going to cut a little bit out of the edges, and I'm going to try to stretch it out over the top. Okay, so I got 2 circles cut out. Now I'm going to use this hole punch. This is a leather hole punch. If you don't have one of these, you're just going to have to use an X-Acto knife or punch the holes in a different way to make your holes. I'm going to put mine together like this, use my hole punch. This way, the holes are going to be pretty similar. Alright, now I'm going to thread the rawhide onto the drum, and I'm going to try to keep it tight. And the more it dries, the tighter it's going to get on there. I'm going to start from the bottom here. This first piece I'm going to tie to the handle. This is a little tricky when you get it started, or when you're getting it started, but after you got it started, it's not so bad. And you're just going to continue all the way around, tightening as you go. And when you're finished, you can tighten some more before you have it out to dry. Alright, so I threaded the rawhide on just by going through one side, going out the other side, and continuing to go in that circular pattern all the way around, and kept a little bit of pressure on it, and then I went around and even tightened it more where I thought it might be a little bit spongy. So I pulled it out and started working it towards the handle. Then I tied both of my ends that are at the handle together around the handle to keep it in place. And then I let it dry a little bit. I did cheat a little bit, use this hand dryer or hair dryer. It's still slightly wet, but you can hear it's starting to hear that, it's starting to make that drum sound, and I'm slightly impatient. So I'm going to tie this bead on. What I do when I do this is I basically put the bead, the wood bead, right in the middle and find where that hits the center, because that's going to be the best sound, and then I just tie it there. Alright, so here's the moment of truth. Ready? These are so fun. These and Mexican jumping beans. I mean, these are the things I loved to play with when I was a kid, right? Drive your wife, or drive your mother crazy, you know? Make her wish she never bought it for you, right? Come on. Alright, so that's going to get a little bit louder the more it dries up. There you have it. I've shown you how to make a spin drum with dog bone material. it was fun. It's kind of weird, I know, but everyone's ran into one of these before, and they're fun to make and to, you know, spin. Give them to your kids. Make some for New Year's. All right, it's gonna go crazy. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Please click like, subscribe, share my videos, add me to your favorites, leave some awesome comments. Make one of these. That's right. Make one. All right. Thanks. Bye. So, you know, if you ever decide that you're gonna go to Okinawa for a fight in the ancient temple, and you're backing the kid from Jersey, I think that's where he's from, against, you know, an Okinawan traditional martial artist, and he really doesn't have any chance at all of winning, you may turn the tables by just spinning one of these.